Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Maggie, and today we're doing another installment of Paris by Numbers. So today we are covering the 7th arrondissement, Le 7e, and we're still on the Rive Gauche. This arrondissement, I'm going to be completely honest, is my least visited arrondissement. It's sort of kind of no man's land, and well, I guess some of it, like the section that's more next to the 6th arrondissement, isn't as no man's land, but the other regions are a little vacant. But here's what I think you should do if you want to go to the 7th arrondissement. On y va? Okay, let's start off with something fun and strong, and that is Rosa Berner. So Rosa Berner is a bar, and it has a few different locations. There's one in Parc de Vincennes, there's one on the Seine on the outer quays in Asnières, there's one in Parc Bout de Chaumont, and I think I'm missing one, but there's also one on the Seine, Rosa Berner sur Seine. So this is a floating bar boat situation, and you're literally on the Seine, and it's fantastic to go for happy hour. I don't know if they have deals, but what they do have on a good day is an amazing sunset, an amazing view of the surroundings. Pretty sure you can see Le Grand Palais or Le Petit Palais from Rosa Berner. They also have dancing. It's just such a vibe. So if you're looking to have like a cheeky girls like cocktail, Aperol Spritz next to the Seine, this place is hands down a good recommendation. There's loads of bars, like boat floating bars along the Seine as well. There's also a place called Flow. It just depends on the price that you want to pay, but I really like Rosa Berner. Sometimes they have like salsa dancing days or nights. It's just a fun bar location that I think you should check out. I think you would like it. And to stay kind of like close by is Invalides, where visit the tomb of Napoleon and like the archives if you want to see that. I personally am not interested in that, but what I do love doing is going on the grass in front of Invalides for a picnic. This is what a lot of locals do. I know a lot of tourists go to the park that's located in front of Le Tour Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower. That I would never do just because I don't want to be surrounded by tourists, no offense. But also, I think you'll experience less people bothering you to sign papers or try to pickpocket you if you picnic at Invalides instead of the Tour Eiffel. Picnic where you want, but I think Invalides is a great location to have a picnic. Again, sunset's really nice. You can see the tip of the Eiffel Tower, so you can also catch it sparkling in the nighttime. But this is where a lot of locals will go to have an outdoor picnic in Paris, especially when the weather is nice. And then you can just stroll down to the bars that I just mentioned after your picnic if you want. So I think it's a great situation. Okay, now a more cultural activity to do, which would be the Rodin Museum, Le Musée de Rodin. So what's amazing about this museum is that actually the building itself is the old house of Rodin. And the house itself is so stunning. The building, stunning. The gardens, stunning. You can walk around after you visited the inside. And obviously inside where all of the sculptures, thousands of sculptures are on exhibit? No, because it's a permanent exhibit. Are featured. It's so incredibly beautiful. It's sort of like, you remember if you've ever seen Pride and Prejudice when Lizzie's walking through Mr. Darcy's house and there's that hall with all the statues and she's just looking at all of them? That's the vibe that I had when I was there. So I'm a big Pride and Prejudice girly. So that moment I was just like, oh, magical. But anyways, this place is stunning. Go and explore everything. Explore everywhere inside the museum and then also go out into the gardens. It's super, super pretty and I would highly recommend it. And lastly, I have a restaurant for you. It's going to be in Italian, so just bear with me. Gusto Italia Amelia. Amelie. Once again, for the millionth time, I don't speak Italian, so sorry. But this Italian place is actually really tasty. I took one of my best girlfriends here when she came to visit me, and we just passed it and we went in, and I was genuinely surprised about how good our lunch was here. It's not that expensive considering the neighborhood is quite a expensive area, so I was shocked that it wasn't like an arm and a leg for our meal. And I felt like even like the bread, the oils, the pasta itself, everything was really fresh and really tasty, and I just really enjoyed this little restaurant because when you're inside too, it has like white tablecloths, like it's quite highbrow feeling, even though the cost of the meal wasn't super expensive, and it's actually right next to the Eiffel Tower. So once you leave and you go to the corner, you can actually turn to your right and you actually see the Eiffel Tower. So I would recommend this as a lunch place, maybe after or before you go to the Eiffel Tower. I would highly recommend it. I know this is a shorter version of the previous videos. It's just because the 7th is a neighborhood that's not super, one, well visited by me, and two, is just more of a no man's land. I don't want to offend anybody if they live in the 7th, but here we are. So I wanted to have the 7th by itself just because it was a little bit particular in it being more like residential, but also business centered areas. Also, I didn't really mention like Champ de Mars and the Tour Eiffel, because if you are coming to Paris, or even if you know Paris, obviously everybody knows the Eiffel Tower, so I wasn't gonna bang on about it. But as a little tip, don't go to the Tour Eiffel during the daytime, go at the nighttime when it's sparkling. After 4 years of living here, I still get excited when I see the Eiffel Tower sparkling at night. So I would highly recommend going at the nighttime if you can only do one. But if you can do both, go at the day and the nighttime, I don't care. But these are just my thoughts on the 7th arrondissement and the Eiffel Tower. And if you're coming to Paris, I hope you have an amazing time. If you have any additional questions about the 7th, the 1st, all of them, just let me know in the comments down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Okay. And as we say in French, bisous, bisous. Bye. See you in the next one.